Today is Sunday, August 25th, and this is another update on my progress beating the S&P 500 along with Bill Ackman's Pershing Square holdings. I do make these videos every Sunday and Tuesday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. The only change to my portfolio that I made since my last update was I added 25% of what I already held back into Palantir. I mentioned in my last update how I was thinking about trimming some of my lagging positions to help generate some cash to make a purchase like this, but I ended up leaving those positions alone and I just used the cash that I had on hand. This is what the SPY chart looks like right now. The market reacted pretty well to Jerome Powell's speech on Friday. He's pretty much said that keeping interest rates high has done its primary job, and now they're going to shift towards lowering the federal funds rate. The gap between the 5-day and the 15-day is pretty much the highest that it's been in quite some time, which just illustrates the dramatic bull run that we've been on the last couple of weeks. Since the lows on August 5th, the S&P 500 has risen 8.65%. It still needs a gain of 0.54 to reach the all-time high level set back on July 16th, but where the price is right now is the highest that it's been since then. Mixed with Jerome Powell's remarks on Friday, I certainly see the markets having a good couple of weeks ahead of them. I do think that the S&P 500 is going to make new all-time highs. I don't think that the price is going to be able to cross above this trend line. If it does, I think it's only going to be for a day or two before ultimately pulling back a little bit. The way it's looking to me right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up right here just before Jerome Powell's Fed speech, which again is going to be on Wednesday, September 18th. This is the first page of all my current positions, showing 13 out of 17. Currently, Nvidia, Costco, General Electric, Apple, and Goldman Sachs make up my top 5, and those account for 38.84% of my portfolio. Nvidia with a 26.18% gain and Apple with a 20.55% gain are still my two biggest winners right now. Over the next couple of weeks, if the market does go on a bull run, I think my positions like C3 AI, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft should get out of the red. So right now, I'm definitely not concerned about those positions, and I'm going to just leave them alone. And this is the second page showing my remaining 4 positions. I talked about in my last update how I was going to add to Palantir and Shopify. I only ended up adding to Palantir. I always want to keep a little bit of cash on hand, so the 2.19% that I have right now, I'm definitely just going to leave completely alone. And in order to have added to Palantir and Shopify, I would have had to have trimmed one of my lagging positions, but I decided against that and just added to Palantir with some of the cash that I had. So if I make any changes over the next week, I am going to have to trim one of my positions. Since Wednesday, the S&P 500 had a gain of 0.65, my portfolio saw a gain of 0.3, and Pershing Square had a gain of 2.59, which brings us year to date. The S&P 500 has a gain of 18.8, my portfolio is at a gain of 18.2, and Pershing Square on the year has a gain of 6.64%. That's all I got for today. I do make these videos every Sunday and Tuesday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on Tuesday.